When I was 4 years old, my dad was the radio technician for the State of Washington Division of Forestry. And it was the beginning of World War II, 1942. And we thought the Japanese may attack our mainland. So they created what was known as the Aircraft Warning Service. It was a branch of the Army. And they used our fire lookouts up and down the west coast, as far inland as Montana, as all-year observation posts for to try to detect any enemy aircrafts that might come and bomb our mainland, which was a very reality. It did happen in a few places. But when I was 4 years old, my dad had the job of installing the radio equipment at the fire lookouts as the communication system. And radio was new then. Radio and lookouts had only been about 4 or 5 years old. So they had to install a whole system, create the system, invent it, and install it again. And Dad was sitting on top of a 100-foot tall lookout tower. And it was a place called Porcupine Ridge. It's about 10 miles southwest of Eatonville, Washington, in Pierce County. Well, I, at the age of 4, went along with Dad while he was installing radios, and Dad had climbed the tower and he was putting an antenna on the roof of this lookout. A pole that went up attached to the catwalk, 20 feet high, and he was installing a wire antenna from it. And I was sitting down here on the ground at the cabin with the lookout eating K-rations. And the K-rations in World War II were the main diet of all the troops in the foxholes overseas. And all 3 units were breakfast, supper, and lunch, all the same unit. They were in a waxed container that made it bug-proof. But for every meal you got pork. And it was pork and eggs. And dry crackers that were like eating cardboard. You get a stick of gum maybe. But every meal you got 5 cigarettes. That's what won World War II. But when that lookout sat on that steps with me, trying to feed me some of that, the minute it went down, it came right back up again. And from that day on, I have appreciated everything that our military has ever done to bring freedom to America.